Guys, day plays back, and today I know it's early, but I had to do this. Today I'll be little. Today I'll be reacting to how hot dogs are made. By the picture of it, it looks nasty. I haven't watched this at all. Now, so let's get right into it. Ugh.
Back to school? Not yet. Six Flags is the best part of summer. There's still time for an
You need to skip
unforgettable
this
day
ad.
trip
Nobody
to
likes
New
ads.
York for the best deals. Save up to $25 at SixFlags.com. Go big. Go Six Flags.
Hot dogs are an all-American fare, but most likely it was German sausage makers who first came up with the idea.
Oh my god, I'm gonna put it right now. Right here.
In fact, there are reports of German immigrants selling them from push carts in New York's Bowery as far back as the 1860s. A century and a half later, hot dogs are still the #1 treat on the street.
Why are you coming on with that?
Traditional hot dogs are made from a mix of pork, beef, and chicken. The cuts they start with are called trimmings, pieces of meat left over from cutting steaks or pork chops. The trimmings are ground the same way butchers chop up hamburger meat, by pushing the cuts through grated metal plates. Processed chicken trimmings are added to the ground meat, followed by food starch, salt, and other flavorings.
Ew, I know.
These flavorings vary depending on where the hot dogs are to be sold, because people in different regions have different tastes. Water is sprayed into the mix, and everything is blended together in a big vat.
Ew. That side looks nasty. The
Corn
dark
syrup adds a dash of sweetness. The addition of even more water helps to disperse the ingredients and make the hot dogs juicier. Another machine then purees the meat batter into a fine emulsion and vacuums out any air.
Ew.
Long rolls of cellulose tubing are loaded into the stuffing machine. It pumps the meat puree into these casings, twisting it every 5 1/4 inches, the length of one hot dog. It takes just 35 seconds to make a chain of hot dogs that would span a soccer field twice. Then, 3 of those hot dog chains are linked together to make an even longer string, and they're loaded several at a time into another machine, which drapes the hot dogs onto moving racks. The process is carefully timed so that a twist always lands on the bar. The racks shunt the hot dogs through a liquid smoke shower, then into an oven with several cooking zones. The liquid smoke seeps through the casing and adds flavor to the dogs as they bake.
Do they tan it or something?
Hot out of the oven, these franks are drenched in cold, salty water to chill them in preparation for packaging.
Salty water?
The hot dogs then file down to an unloading zone. Here, a machine pulls them off the bars onto a conveyor. Then, the hot dogs slide off the conveyor into metal containers. If you've been wondering about those black stripes on the casings, all is about to be revealed. The stripe is a marker attached to the casing. The absence of a black stripe means the hot dog is cooked and ready for packaging. Inside the peeler machine, a tiny knife slits each casing along the top. Then, steamy air blows the casings right off the dogs.
Better.
This machine peels 700 hot dogs a minute.
700?
An inspector makes sure the casing has been completely removed and that there are no defects in the dogs.
Okay, good.
Then it's into a device that looks like a plastic bicycle chain. The sprockets position the hot dogs for packaging. This factory manufactures an incredible 300,000 hot dogs an hour. That's close to 2.5 million per shift. They really do churn them out like sausages. Fire up the grill and a mouth-watering meal is just minutes away.
So bye guys, I hope you liked the video. Some of it was nasty. Well, like to me most of it, but bye guys, Day Plays out.